ready to battle it out in
Battle of the Choirs.
Battle of the Choirs. See you there.
Hey, hey, hey! CBC Television presents
Battle of the Choirs.
Are you a singing group, choir praise team, musician, or other?
Welcome to Cbc Tv Main News on 12th September 2025. My name is Martin Lutuna. A look at the headlines. President Hichilema highlights energy, mining, tourism, agriculture as National Assembly opens. Kadete man rescued by police after tower suicide attempt. Minister Gift Sialubalo urges Lusaka roads upgrade before rain. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has outlined key government initiatives in energy, mining, tourism, and agriculture during the opening of the 5th session of the 13th National Assembly in Lusaka. He says energy remains critical to national development, acknowledging the impact of power outages on households and businesses. The president highlighted ongoing reforms to expand generation capacity, diversify energy sources, and implement cost-reflective tariffs to attract investment. Solar power projects are underway, including 94 megawatts at TP and 200 megawatts at Chisamba, which are expected to improve electricity supply and support industrial growth. Turning to mining, President Hichilema noted that the sector is recovering strongly. Lubambe and non-ferrous China Africa mines are expanding, saving 1,500 jobs and attracting hundreds of millions of dollars in investments. New mines in Mingomba, Chirilabombwe, and Katumba, Mumba are already generating employment and supporting local suppliers. He also emphasized reforms in artisanal and small-scale mining, with over 1,400 licenses issued to Zambian citizens, promoting legal, safe, and formal mineral trade. On tourism, he says international arrivals rose from 554,000 in 2021 to more than 2.2 million in 2024, driven by visa waivers, marketing, and improved infrastructure, including rehabilitated roads to major national parks. President Hichilema says these interventions are laying a solid foundation for economic growth, job creation, and improved livelihoods across Zambia. More in this report.
In our mining history, Madam Speaker, our first major intervention in the mining sector in 2021 was a resolution of disputes between government of the Republic of Zambia, ourselves, and First Quantum Minerals. This resolution, which was going on for 10, 11 years in courts, Madam Speaker, not in courts in Lusaka or Ndola, but in London. Very unfortunate. A resolution of disputes between government of the Republic of Zambia and First Quantum has unlocked a lot of value in the mining sector. This resolution led to First Quantum's restoration of confidence in Zambia and their subsequent decision in February 2022 to invest $1.25 billion to expand Kansanshi Mine's Sentinel project, which is in short called S3. Without the expansion of Kansanshi Mine, Madam Speaker, this was going to spell disaster. This mine was to close by 2024. The additional investment, Madam Speaker, has not just extended the life of mine by 25 years, but also created more jobs, created business opportunities. And Madam Speaker, we officiated at the new expansion program project completion not long ago, just 2 weeks ago, and it's a marvel to see what has been done there.
Lusaka Township's roads are set for major upgrades as the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Honorable Gift Sialubalo, urges contractors to speed up works. Speaking during an inspection of selected road projects, the minister stressed the need for proper drainage systems to reduce flooding during the rainy season. The 1.8 billion kwacha project covers over 40 kilometers, including Kamanga-Kapwelyomba Road in Charleston, Simon Mwansaka-Pwepwe Road in Avondale, and New Kasama Multi-Facility Economic Zone Road. Honorable Sialubalo praised the pace of work so far, but called on contractors to maintain quality and ensure timely completion. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to upgrading township roads to boost local economic activity, improve access to schools and hospitals, and attract investment. More in this report. Civil society organizations met with President Ichilema and senior government officials at State House on June 24, 2025, to discuss concerns regarding the Constitution Amendment Bill 7. The President praised broad consultation on the bill and directed the creation of a committee to reach consensus on the proposed amendment. Following this meeting, the President deferred the bill, and on June 27, 2025, the Constitutional Court declared it unconstitutional due to inadequate public consultation. Despite this ruling, civil society organizations are concerned about recent statements from the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Chief Whip of Parliament suggesting that Bill 7 will be reintroduced in the upcoming parliamentary session that opened. The organizations stress that transparency and genuine consultation are crucial in legislative processes, particularly when amending the supreme law of the land. They highlight several concerns with Bill 7, including lack of wide consultation, fast-tracking constitutional change during an electoral season, complicated provisions, and proposed amendments that may not address underlying problems. The civil society organizations are unequivocally opposed to Bill 7 being reintroduced without addressing the defects identified by the Constitutional Court. They call upon the Republican president to assure citizens that constitutional reforms will be broad-based and aligned with the Constitutional Court's pronouncements, upholding rule of law principles. This stance is supported by 14 organizations, including Action Aid Zambia, Law Association of Zambia, and Transparency International Zambia. More in this report. Civil society organizations that met with the president, they did actually commend that this work should be taken as it were. And on that point, we take first commercials. We'll be back on the other side. Stay tuned.
The show where faith meets leadership.
All I knew is that the moment I stepped out of formal employment and have 24 hours at my fingertips, there is no way I would fail in business.
In each episode, we sit down with Christian CEOs who are shaping Zambia with vision, integrity, and purpose.
So that drive, you just have to keep pushing and pushing hard.
A man whose journey is as inspiring in the boardroom as it is in his walk with Christ.
I had to leave my family in Lusaka and told them to say, we'll start this business from Solwezi. We never closed during COVID. We had more business and we were working even sometimes shifts, 2 shifts, day and night shift. God always provides. And there is no hard work that has no results for labor.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. The nation has bid farewell to 2 brave Zambia National Service officers who were tragically killed on duty in a suspected brutal attack at the ZNS furniture factory in Lusaka West. Warrant Officer Class 2 Mwila and Staff Sergeant Tembo were remembered for their dedication and service to the country. The funeral held at Mutumbi Cemetery was attended by large crowds who came to pay their respects. A service was first held at Huracan Barracks, and the cortege's slow journey to the cemetery drew significant attention, with Lusaka coming to a standstill. Lieutenant General Solochi condemned the killings as heinous and vowed that ZNS, in collaboration with the Zambia police, will ensure the perpetrators are brought to justice. Warrant Officer Tumwila had served ZNS for 23 years, rising to his rank in 2022, while Sergeant Tembo had served for 16 years, attaining his rank in 2023. The fallen soldiers will be remembered for their commitment to duty to their country. And the investigation into their deaths continue, with the authorities determined to hold those responsible accountable. A 21-year-old man has been rescued in Katete district after climbing a telecommunications tower in what is believed to be a suicide attempt. The incident occurred this morning at Omelo Mumba Primary School. Tyson Banda, reportedly of unsound mind, was saved by police and the fire brigade following a tense standoff. Eastern Province Police Commissioner Robertson Mwemba confirmed that Banda's father says his son has been receiving treatment at St. Francis Hospital. After the rescue, the young man was handed over to his father. Police say the motive behind the attempt remains unknown. More in this report. A crucial training program helping mothers survive bleeding after birth has kicked off in Kawe. aimed at equipping midwives and clinical instructors with essential skills to reduce maternal and neonatal mortality. The training is part of ongoing efforts to strengthen the capacity of health workers in providing quality care during childbirth. Ms. Daphne Shamambo, Director of Nursing and Midwifery Services, graced the opening ceremony, underscoring the importance of this initiative. The program focuses on prevention, detection, and management of postpartum hemorrhage, a leading cause of maternal death globally. Through simulation-based training, participants will learn life-saving skills to handle emergencies during childbirth. The Helping Mothers Survive program, developed by Jeb Hego and Ludo Global Health, has already trained over 86,000 providers in 65 countries. This competency-based training emphasizes practical skills and scenario-based learning to build confidence among birth attendants. By enhancing the skills of midwives and clinical instructors, this program aims to improve maternal and neonatal health outcomes in the region. The training is expected to have a significant impact on reducing maternal mortality rates by ensuring that healthcare providers are equipped to handle complications during childbirth. With the support of partners like UNFPA, this initiative is a step towards achieving better health outcomes for mothers and newborns. More in this report.
Every year you are aware that globally we lose far too many mothers due to preventable causes. Postpartum hemorrhage stands out as a leading cause of maternal mortality worldwide, Zambia inclusive. So in Zambia, it accounts for a significant proportion of maternal death, leaving behind devastated families and communities. This reality is unacceptable. Just one death is so devastating, and it is for this reason that the government, through our partners like UNFPA, are putting in all these efforts. So this reality really is unacceptable. And today, this gathering, this training that has been going on from Monday to today is a proof that we are determined to change the story, of losing mothers.
The nation has bid farewell to two brave Zambia National Service officers who were tragically killed on duty in a suspected brutal attack at ZNS Furniture Factory in Lusaka West. Warrant Officer Class 2 Mwila and Staff Sergeant Tembo were remembered for their dedication and service to the country. The funeral, held at Mutumbi Cemetery, was attended by large crowds who came to pay their respects. A service was first held at Arakan Barracks, and the cortege's slow journey to the cemetery drew significant attention, with Lusaka coming to a standstill. Lieutenant General Solochi condemned the killings as heinous and vowed that ZNS, in collaboration with the Zambia police, will ensure the perpetrators are brought to justice. Warrant Officer 2 Mwila had served ZNS for 23 years, rising to his rank in 2022, while Staff Sergeant Tembo had served for 16 years, attaining his rank in 2023. The fallen soldiers will be remembered for their commitment to duty and their country. The investigation into their deaths continue, with the authorities determined to hold those responsible to account. More in this report. The Central Province Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Godfrey Chitambala, officiated at the commemoration event for World HIV/AIDS Counseling, Testing and Treatment at Mukuyu Tree in Kabwe. This event aims to raise awareness about the ongoing HIV/AIDS pandemic and promote progress in prevention, treatment, and care. As part of the commemoration, Mr. Chitambala and other stakeholders emphasized the need for increased access to HIV testing and counseling services, particularly among young people and key populations. The event serves as a reminder of the progress made in the fight against HIV/AIDS, while also acknowledging the challenges that still need to be addressed. By working together, it is possible to create a society where everyone has access to the information and services they need to protect their health and well-being. More in this report.
Has surrounded this disease. Just like our deputy mayor said, in the past, HIV used to bring a lot of stigma. And we are slowly breaking down, making people know that this is no longer a death sentence. When you have HIV/AIDS, you are properly given the medicine and you are following all the directions of the doctor, you are sure that you are going to live a normal life. You are expected to live a normal life. Just like someone who has BP, whatever. Those are diseases which can be controlled and you live a normal life. With this, I want to commend the Ministry of Health, the district health officers, and all our dedicated healthcare workers for their unwavering commitment to ensuring that HIV services are provided without fail. The province has continued to offer routine HIV testing in health facilities and through community outreach. Counseling and psychological support is continued, is still being offered for those who test positive. Access to antiretroviral therapy in all key facilities is there. This is another thing I want to emphasize. Medicine for HIV/AIDS, we've had no shortage. We have in all centers, so there's nothing to worry about for now. We are very okay. In addition, we are doing follow-up and retention strategies to ensure that patients remain on treatment. Once treatment is started, we will give you all the necessary support and medication. Guests of honor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, this resilience shows that our systems are growing stronger. It also proves that when we work together, government, civil society, and communities, we can sustain life-saving services, even in the face of adversity. Let me also thank our partners who have remained committed to working with us. Your collaboration is not taken for granted. To our young people, men and vulnerable groups, please, we are saying know your status. HIV is not a death sentence. With early detection and proper treatment, you can live a long, healthy, and fruitful life. As Provincial Health Administration, we reaffirm our commitment to the goal of ending AIDS as a public health threat by 2030. Let us continue to work together, reach the unreached, and fight stigma wherever it hides.
Allow us to redouble our efforts to invest in a sustainable future by prioritizing HIV prevention, testing, and treatment. Let us work together to create a Kabwe where everyone has access to care they need, where stigma is a thing of the past and where we can all thrive.
Family Development Initiatives, FDI, has appealed to households across Zambia to support health authorities as the indoor residue spraying campaign commences on 15th September 2025. FDI team leader Sheikh Yusuf Ayami said community cooperation is essential to the success of the exercise, which targets 30 districts identified as high risk for malaria transmission. Sheikh Ayami noted that families should welcome spraying teams into their homes and follow the guidance provided to ensure maximum protection. He observed that the IRS campaign led by the Ministry of Health involves treating indoor surfaces with insecticides to kill mosquitoes that carry malaria. Sheikh Ayami also commended the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, for its ongoing mosquito net distribution, which has already seen over 440,000 insecticides-treated mosquito nets delivered to the Eastern Province. He is looking forward to seeing additional consignments delivered to other regions in the coming weeks. He said FDI continues to engage local leaders and volunteers to raise awareness and encourage household involvement throughout the campaign. More in this report.
We also want to take this opportunity to commend ZAMSA for the good work that they've been doing, particularly in the distribution of mosquito nets. We are all aware that quite a number of mosquito nets have been distributed in Eastern Province. Our clarion call to ZAMSA and government is that let this exercise continue to even other parts where these mosquito nets are needed. As family development initiatives, we want to reiterate our commitment to government in the fight and elimination of malaria. You might want to note that FDI has been doing everything that it can to weigh in this fight. We are currently running a program in partnership with the Churches Health Association of Zambia, CHAZ, in Lusaka and Southern Province across 9 districts, where we are mobilizing communities to again weigh in eliminating malaria.
In sports, the local football Chainda Bombers Football Club are stepping up preparations ahead of the 2025-2026 First Division 2 League. Speaking before the season kickoff, the club's Secretary General highlighted the team's long-standing history and acknowledged the challenges faced in recent years. He, however, expressed optimism that this season the Bombers will meet their goals. Team captain Mike Zulu says the players are fully committed to improving fitness, teamwork, and tactical discipline as they look to compete strongly. A defender named Dubolaya also stressed the importance of unity and focus in achieving both individual and team success. Meanwhile, a former Chainda Bombers player has urged the squad to stay motivated and disciplined, while appealing to sponsors and the community to rally behind the club. He stated that with determination and renewed focus, Chainda Bombers are aiming to make a strong comeback in the Division 2 League. More in this report, and after that we'll monitor BBC for international news. See you on the other side.
Chainda Bombers are gearing up for the 2025-2026 First Division 2 League, working hard on the training ground to prepare for a competitive season ahead. The club, with a rich history in local football, has faced its fair share of challenges over the years. According to the Secretary General of the club, the team's focus this season is to overcome these hurdles and achieve their set of goals.
Chainda Bombers Football Club is a community-sponsored team which is based in Chainda compound. So Chainda Bombers was established somewhere in 1993, which it has been in existence from that time up to now. So its aim is to nurture talent and to help them to identify their talent and to show them their potential. So our aim and focus is to avoid these youngsters who are busy roaming around and terrorizing people. So we sort of keeping them busy through sports. You know, when they spend more time at the field of soccer, they have less time to roam around, and will keep them away from toxic things such as substance abuse, terrorizing people, and so on. So far, so good. When it comes to preparation, we are doing well. We won't have challenge in terms of equipment. As physically, we are trying our best in terms of preparation, but we just lack football equipment.
On the pitch, team captain Mike Zulu says preparations are in full swing, with players committed to improving their fitness, cohesion and tactical understanding.
In terms of training is enda shemushe tiliredi ucharigi, but emu yatu tuna next year cha Division 1. Yametuma facing is like is yatu Marua leagues. Chaenda Bombers. Problem with the facing at least motivation. Tingafone sponsor at least watani zako.
The squad remains determined to tackle any challenges that come their way. A defender adds that despite the obstacles, the team is focused on maintaining discipline and unity, with clear objectives for both individual and collective success this season.
Yeah, so far so good. I've been watching them. They are doing pretty fine. So what is important, football is all about discipline. They just have to be disciplined. First game, in fact, the first cut is the deepest. So in order for you to say that we are winning the promotion, first game matters. Yeah, China Bombers being a community, it's almost a 40% community-sponsored side. I think we have a lot of challenges in terms of transportation, accommodation for the players, talking about food. So we're just looking ahead for somebody who can come on board and help us in those areas. I think hard working, determination, in fact, perseverance also matters. We have to persevere. That doesn't mean that you are not a good player. So perseverance, determination, hard working. In fact, above all, discipline.
A former player also being part of the camp has encouraged the players to stay motivated and disciplined. He further called on sponsors and supporters to lend a helping hand to ensure the team achieves its full potential. With dedication, focus and community support, China Bombers are aiming to make a strong statement in the upcoming First Division 2 League.
My preparation so far so good. We have been winning friendly games, and the guys, the morale are very high. So we are expecting the good result on Sunday, because we are starting the league on Sunday. All the guys are on top, and we want to play Division 1 next season. So that's our aim.
Reporting for Cbc TV Sports, Kefa Singuni in Lusaka.
Let's turn to Pakistan, and rescuers have told the BBC that they are struggling to respond to a growing flood emergency in the province of Punjab. Multiple rescue boats have capsized in the past week, and in some instances, all of those on board have drowned. Our correspondent there, Azadeh Mashiri, reports from one of the worst affected areas in the district of Multan.
Once a village, now an island. In this area alone, dozens of them are submerged. We board a rescue boat with Mohammed Arif. He's heard his own village in Jalalpur Pirwala is flooded.
People have been stuck for the past 6 days. There's no food.
But there's so much water, he can't find it. He tries to gather information. But it's these minarets that guide him home. Once we arrive, many are desperate to leave. But there isn't enough space for everyone. Some choose to stay and protect their belongings. Others are forced to leave family behind, overwhelming them. Once taken to safety, people are starving. Give me, this young girl begs, desperate for a loaf of bread. Even a bottle of water is a prized commodity.
Now, this may look like a river next to me, but this whole area was full of rice and sugarcane fields. The United Nations has said that once the floods subside, they'll be able to assess the damage to people's livelihoods. But all of this is a reminder of what people are telling us, that even for those who've survived the floods this year, many of them will be starting all over again.
Pakistan is extremely vulnerable to climate change and sees annual floods. Millions live in areas destroyed again and again. Their poverty leaves them with no choice but to move back to the same villages. That's the reality of climate change. It hits the poorest the worst. Azadeh Mashiri, BBC News, Multan.
Let's go live to Multan and speak to Azadeh, who joins us live. Azadeh, those scenes look all too familiar, unfortunately. It was just 3 years ago that I was in Pakistan covering devastating floods. I guess the first question to ask is enough being done in advance of what is an annual event now to ensure that people are protected better?
That's a difficult question in the sense that for many here, there's a sense of injustice. Pakistan is extremely vulnerable to climate change, which intensifies these monsoon rains, but it contributes less than 1% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That's why when it comes to the government and politicians, they keep calling for more international support. When it comes to the people here, though, they keep asking when they'll get more help to rebuild their lives. There have been some laws that have been passed, like the River Protection Act, telling people to avoid building homes and businesses by riverbeds, not live in areas that are so vulnerable to being flooded. But people are saying they simply don't have the money to move anywhere else. Now, where I am now, Sher Shah, is an area where this village has been completely inundated. And that's why behind me, the people we've met have set up tents. Some of them have told us that the local government hasn't given them some tents yet, so they've made makeshift ones themselves out of plastic and wood, and they've been living there without mattresses, sometimes 15 people in one tent for days. And these scenes we've seen in various parts of the province, and that's because of the sheer scale of the disaster here. More than 2 million people have had to be evacuated. That's like relocating the entire city of Houston, Texas. So the challenge for rescuers, the local government authorities, as well as the federal government, is immense.
Indeed, Azadeh. And one of the things I remember from covering floods in
That note brings us to the end of the main news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema highlights energy, mining, tourism, agriculture as National Assembly opens. Katete man rescued by police after tower suicide attempt. Minister Gift Sialubalo urges Lusaka Roads upgrade before rains. Thank you for watching. God bless you and have a wonderful time as you watch Cbc TV. Bye-bye.
Christ Life is more than a school. It's a nurturing community. Our qualified teachers use innovative methods that keep the minds and hearts of our students engaged. Our cafeteria isn't just a place to eat.